back. Calm down a little. Tony, take it away. Anger us again.
There we go. We're going to start off. Little say what from San Diego about the Chargers. This is some team source about Antonio Gates. It's harsh to say, but he looks old and fat.
Ah!
He's not beating people. We don't have any speed. We're soft on defense, and we put so much on our quarterback. When he was playing great, we could kind of get away with it. And now he's not playing very well, and it's all falling apart.
This is a player? Do we know if it's a player?
This is a Chargers
Just a
team
source.
source.
No, I don't know. I'll let you comment. I'll just say I remember watching him in the Jet game. He did look like he was fat.
Yeah.
But I can't comment on the rest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's been hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the toe thing for a couple of years now.
To blame any of this on Antonio Gates being fat, there's so many problems with their team right now.
That's spoken like a backup tight end.
It's probably McDaniel. What's his guy's name? Randy McDaniel.
Yeah,
You guys like 50 right
yeah, he is. He's definitely old.
Yeah, and he ain't thin.
Yeah.
It's probably him. He looks thin again compared to fat
Exactly.
Antonio Gates.
I'm fat.
All right, we'll stay with the Chargers. This is the owner on Phillip Rivers. Sometimes you just have an off year. That is what Phillip Rivers is having so far. Think he's having an off year? I forgot. I wanted to look up his stats. How bad could it
He's
be?
not playing well.
He's playing very bad. I know he's thrown for a lot of yards though. He's one of the three guys, it's him, Breeze, and Brady, that are on pace for 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
But he is having a terrible year. If you watch any of those games, I mean, he's like I've never seen him before.
They're just not as balanced, so I think he just forces.
You know, he always has that cocky swagger to him.
Very good. They say he talks more trash.
But he doesn't look like he's doing that now. Don't you get that
'cause
sense?
He knows they're not as good.
He just, when you see his face on the screen, he's not that type of.
Absolutely.
When that might be his whole edge.
All right, you guys have any opinion on dirtiest player award in the NFL? Ndamukong Suh beat out James Harrison.
Wow.
I think accurate.
Well, he seems pretty dirty, man.
Yeah, he
The things that he does, you know, like the whole Matt Ryan thing, and you know, he seems pretty dirty. But look, I think that being a dirty player, I mean, they talk about Hines Ward had won that award a bunch of times.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
'Cause he had won it. He was voted.
But he gets hurt too much now. He doesn't play enough to be eligible.
Yeah, he's always in a little skull cap, and he's sitting on the
He's
side.
always got like a concussion because he's too dirty.
He took a bad one the other day.
Yeah.
And on the same, keeping something similar to that, Michael Vick, Plaxico, Ben Roethlisberger, and Albert Hainsworth most unliked in that order. So Vick, Plaxico, Big Ben, and Hainsworth.
Hainsworth's the only one that didn't do something, just, you know, didn't break the law, didn't do anything like that out of that group. But yeah, I mean,
I'm surprised Plaxico's on there.
but I think it also it stems from a lot of things. I
Yeah.
mean, he's the one guy. Big Ben has turned his life around, whether it's real or unreal. At least in the public eye, he's come across as found God and he's married and all this. And Michael Vick clearly has done everything that he can. He's trying to pay back all his debtors, which he legally doesn't even have to do. He's going above and beyond. He's doing those kind of things. Plaxico is still out there, like when he got out of jail, he had the crooked hat on and he's there talking
he's a
about
thug.
waiting for what team's going to come after him. He's the only one that doesn't really seem that repentant. The only thing I think he regrets is that he shot himself, not the fact that he had a loaded gun in the thing.
Yeah, that he shot himself.
Yeah, that's his only. Like, man, I shouldn't have shot myself. But other than that, I really, you know, it was
I
bad
didn't do
luck.
anything wrong.
The other guys feel Hainsworth's a terrible fat guy.
Yeah, Hainsworth is shot now.
Should be a Jet though.
What about Jerry Jones on Des Bryant again, returning punts? I'm still concerned we have him back there with that injury, especially now that Miles may be out. He's like a couple games. I don't know what is going on out there. You think it's time?
Terrible decision for him to be out there.
Yeah,
at this point.
I saw the highlights of the game the other day. I'm like, how do they still have this guy out there?
I think it's bad for a few reasons. Number one, Miles Austin's been a zero all year. I told you that. It's continued. Des Bryant has not been healthy. And,
Right.
and by all accounts, as good as Des Bryant is, he has a lot of fine tuning. I'd rather him just focus. Focus on getting his stuff right.
Right, exactly. You don't need him out there returning punts for a lot of reasons. The biggest being how many times. I mean, granted, you look at a guy like Devin Hester, you know, he's a game breaker. But even him, it's once or twice a year.
He has 11 career, Devin Hester. He's the greatest of all time. He only has 11.
11 career punt returns.
Yeah, exactly.
So you look at that and you say, you know, what's he going to get? 2 a year
Exactly.
in a great year where he's going to break it? Maybe throughout the course of the year you might get 4 or 5 that are like really broken where it's a game changer,
Yeah.
you know. But you look at something like that, like, is that really worth the risk of A, the injury, and B, like what you said, where the guy should just be 100% focused on I mean,
he's not there yet.
No, he's not. He could be. I mean, he has the ability to
Exactly.
be a Calvin Johnson type, and he's not. and I know because I got him on my fantasy team, and I'm waiting for him. I'm like, this guy should be a top 3 or 4 wide receiver, and he disappears in games.
Absolutely.
It could be a lot of reasons why he does that, but why have him out there? I don't. The risk for reward's not there.
No. All right, how about Steelers? Ryan Clark, they got handed out a whole bunch of fines today. Ray Lewis got hit, I think, for like $40,000 on that hit on that Heinz Ward, which was, I think, was stupid. But this is Ryan Clark on being fined on a helmet to helmet. This time he's wrong. Not that I respected Roger Goodell before this anyway. And then he says, I might as well start putting people to sleep for real out on the field. Okay, so now I'm talking about killing people.
I mean, I know everybody was. I mean, he did hit him in the helmet. I mean, the flag was thrown properly.
What is with the Steelers always just trashing their boss?
That's amazing.
They can't stand him. They can't stand him at all.
Now, I do agree that it has gotten out of control with these flags.
Yeah, it is.
But I thought that hit was one of the hits where the guy, I mean, he clearly hit helmet to helmet.
It kind of looked like he lunged too, like he left.
Right. I mean, he went high. I mean, and whether he was aiming at him or not, I don't know. I mean, but that was one of the ones where I felt like I knew right away when I was watching the game, and it sucked because it wound up leading to a field goal there at the end of the half. But.
Yeah. All right, what do I got next for you guys? Let's jump over to baseball. Bruce Bochy on his 5th starter. I'm not going to hide from it. Barry Zito is our 5th starter next year. What do you guys think about that?
You got something? I got 3 words. Sold to you.
Look, I mean, I don't know what else they're going to do. They're not the Yankees where they could just eat that money and cut them.
And they traded Sanchez.
They traded Sanchez. We'll get into some of the offseason moves later, and I'd like to talk about that trade and get your opinion on that one. But, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's not good. I mean, they left him off the playoff roster last year. He has a 5th starter.
He needs to go back to smoking weed like he used to.
Right. He needs to stop lifting weights.
Stop doing the Zen stuff that he's doing. He smoked weed all the time in A's. I know that for a fact.
Yes,
I know that 100% for a fact. I know people
in the know out there.
I know people that have hung out with him,
smoked weed with him.
100%. Like, it's not even a question that he does it. That he did it.
He probably hits they used to hit the medicinal spots.
Yeah. I don't know what his deal is.
They still got him in San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what happened. Maybe they moved or relocated. I don't know.
All right, how about Terry Francona after his interview for the Cardinals? This is a huge amount of tradition in this organization. It's great. I was just excited to be back in there and talk to them. Whatever happens, happens. You guys think he's a good fit there?
The Cardinals?
Yeah.
He's all right. I would rather see him at the Cubs.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what he does.
No way he goes to the Cubs.
You don't think so with Theo?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I don't know that he's going to be I liked him. I think he did a great job, clearly. But he was kind of the right fit for the right group of guys for a while when they were the crazy guys and it was cool, and then it wore out its welcome. The Cardinals are not that type of team. Cardinals might be this is extreme, but they're kind of the Yankee type organization of the National League where they're kind of more buttoned up, that type of guy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
He seems very hands off.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals don't have enough talent. I mean, they're the defending world champions, but they have
Right.
Pujols and they have a couple of really good players.
What their team is built on is the John Jays and the
They
Allen
need a lot of
Craigs,
management,
and
which
they
is
need
why
those
La
kind of
Russo's
guys
great.
that press the right buttons, put the guy in here. So I mean, if I'm the Cardinals, I'm looking for a guy with some National League experience that has success with the National League, which Francona does not have success in the National League. And you say to yourself, the guy that's going to push the right buttons, put this guy in here, give this guy a blow here. You don't deal with that as much in the American League.
All right, how about I want to finish on this one, and I don't know how this is not a bigger story than it was. This is they have Tiger Woods' caddy, Steve Williams. Did you hear
Pretty
this?
big story, yeah.
Now, I guess they had some kind of banquet where they all get awards, and I guess he got a trophy for the best celebration. And they asked him questions about it. I don't know if this is out of context or how this came up, but they said, what was that celebration about? And he says, it was my aim to shove it right up that black a-hole.
Yeah.
Now, how is this not? I mean,
It's a pretty big story, but he's not getting that much. It's just still almost getting turned around because people hate Tiger Woods so much. I think that's what it is. People are so anti-Tiger Woods right now that it's almost like, well, if Tiger was a real man, he would diffuse the whole situation. That's the kind of stories I've heard. Like, Tiger should come out and diffuse the situation. This guy said it. I don't know that it was a real racist thing. I don't think he said it racist.
He didn't mean it racially. I just think that it was just one of those, like if he was fat, he would have been like, I showed up his fat ass.
yeah.
Right.
But this guy, sometimes somebody needs to remind him he's a caddy.
Exactly. And this guy was, I mean, look, I don't know golf well enough to tell you exactly what a caddy adds to a golfer. Clearly, it adds something because these guys get paid a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But you also got to be pretty lucky for the,
There's a reason why the guy's a caddy, though.
Well, right, I know, but I mean, he adds something. The fact that Tiger Woods chose him, but it's also pretty lucky. I mean, I'm sure there's a million guys that could be Tiger Woods' caddy that know enough about golf. I mean, so he was extremely lucky to have been Tiger Woods' caddy. And you're exactly right. He likes the best caddies are the people you don't know who they are.
Take the high road for once, please.
Right. I've been following the story, kind of like reading some of the little articles about it, and all the opinion type articles I read about it have been turning it around on Tiger, which is like amazing to me. It just shows you how much people just despise Tiger Woods still. I mean, the guy.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever wonder? I don't know why this popped in my head. Do you ever wonder what really happened that Thanksgiving night with Tiger Woods and his wife?
You didn't watch South Park? They show it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
basically
saying?
South Park recap the fight.
I mean, I wish his ex-wife would just give one.
This great interview.
Listen, this is what happened.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but she's got a lot of millions.
You ever really wonder what happened? Like the golf club, he got knocked out and ran into the fire hydrant or whatever. Like,
Oh,
I don't believe that was he just took Xanax and
No,
come on.
She definitely hit him with the golf. Trying to hit him with the golf club, without a doubt.
yeah. Look, I agree. That's one of those mysteries that maybe it'll come out. At
It'll
some
come out.
point.
She spends all of her money and it's broke one day.
Exactly.
She can rely on telling that story.
That's right. When she's 42 and she's got to do an interview for Playboy maybe or something.
I wish you would say what happened. God.
Was
You
there any
love
kind
the
of
gossip
agreement
stuff.
between
That's
them?
your thing. You kind of like you love the gossip type stuff. You
I
love
just
it.
admit to it. Everyone loves it. I just admit to it.
You like it a lot more than most people do. You don't.
That's
Which
all.
I like.
So,
about
so,
it.
so you're saying you don't care what happened?
I swear to you, I've not considered that since 2 days after it happened. I have not been like, I wonder what happened. I swear to you.
I guess you're just not a curious person.
That's-
You'll never invent something. I may stumble on electricity one day. I'll stumble on a new Microsoft.
Something. That's it. You know what? There's a void in the market right now.
I don't know where it is, but I'll
with
find
Steve
it.
Jobs gone. I
Yeah.
think it could be the new guy. It could be you.
Absolutely.
That's all I got.
That's good.
That's it.
I had fun.
When we come back, we're going to do a nice top 10.
Yeah.
Uh,
Listener's choice this week.
yep. Joe Paterno going out. We'll talk about something the opposite.
Yeah.
We'll be back with a Tri-State Sports, guys.